What up, hipsters? Moan Ceasy, Intangible Roots. Check it. I was not able to get this week's knowledge drop ready in time, so I'm going to repost an old one, and hopefully you'll enjoy this one as well. The new one, it'll be ready for next week. Sometimes things get in the way. All right, check it out. Peace. But if you look at like the dress with locking, one of the things that lockers wore were knickers, right? Knickers dates back to the 1700s. And the only reason that style of dress became popular, and this is an indirect connection to locking, but the only reason that knickers became popular, particularly with dance, is because of a guy named Beau Nash, who was in France. He left France and went to England. Probably the first person to ever start a club, like a dance club, where you actually paid to come in. When you went to things like, when you went to court, you didn't pay to go to court. You would be invited to court. But Beau Nash went to Bath in the UK, the city of Bath, and started a club where people paid to come in. He was highly influential on fashion. Beau Nash decreed that, because at the time men wore high boots, knee-high boots. Beau Nash felt that knee-high boots restricted the ankle from their ability to dance freely. So he suggested that men wear loafers and high socks, and they wore knickers. It's passed down through generations. Even when you look at in the jazz era, Knickerbockers are something that kids wear, right? Once you were an adult, you wore trousers. As a child, when you look at like the newspaper kids of the jazz era, so we're talking like the 1910 up to the 20s, kids wore Applejack hats, what lockers wear. Mm-hmm. Kids wore knickers. Kids wore suspenders, because they didn't wear suits the way that men did. And I'm like, that's an old fashion. It's just, it was still part of the fashion. And it changes over time. It gets different colors and different textures and whatnot. And Applejack's hats were still in fashion when Don was in college. And he wore Apple hats because his friends wore Apple hats and he liked the way they looked. Don said he wore suspenders to help keep his pants up. He wore knickers. It was a fashion thing, it was in. And one of the things was you would also roll your pants up so that, because your socks would match the marshmallow shoes. But there's still that idea, almost thinking lofty, that idea in a broader context of these pants are connected to this identity around dance practice. Doesn't mean that this means the same thing as it meant then. It just gives you a lane to like pursue the similarities, the interests, the lineage, and what this means. But when we're looking at dance practice, the context is in what is among the lived experience.